Welcome back everybody to another unboxing video. Today we're gonna unbox something really nice looking, something really capable and something really fun to drive. So let's get into it. First of all, we have the styrofoam. And then we come into the transmitter. And then we have a 6-channel FlySky FS-MG6BS. It's a nice looking one with some dip switches to switch from forward reverse to forward reverse and brake. And then you can choose between a nickel metal hydride and lithium. And then you can adjust the drag brake in the middle here, and then you can reverse the 4 and 5 channel. And then you can also adjust the dual rates and the trim of the steering and throttle. And on the transmitter here you will be able to switch on the lights, and here you can adjust the speed for the winch, since we have a working winch on the bed. I will come back to that later. And then we have a low speed, high speed and a neutral, and channel 4 doesn't do anything. But the transmitter it feels good, and yeah, it's nice quality. And then we have a USB charger. We have sway bars that you can connect to the rear axles. So when you are doing some towing and recoveries, you can put the sway bars on and you have a more sturdy rear end of the truck. And you get the wheel wrench and the instruction manual. And then for the fun part, the vehicle itself, you got some plastic wrap that we can take off so we can see the whole vehicle. So first of all, we have a black cab from FairRC. So this is the black version, and you also get the red version that FairRC is making right now. And then I am positive that they will release more versions later on, perhaps some military vehicles or a Dakar rally inspired vehicle. Yeah, so that is the overview. I will reposition and then we will go over all the specs and features from the original ARKTOS and also what the FairRC has done with this one. Let's run through what this little beast is packing. The ARKTOS 6x6 runs on metal steel ladder chassis, powered by a big block 280 sized motor, as you can see right in here. It's got a 2-speed metal gear transmission. It has portal axles, metal geared steering servo, and it's mounted on the axle. It has oil-filled big bore shocks, really nice and smooth. The ABS hardbody comes loaded with LED lights. You have running lights, you have a roof mounted light, you have side markers, and you also have rear lights with the backup lights. And you also have the proprietary indicators that you can use as hazard lights as well. And it even has a working winch at the back on the bed that you run through the momentary switch here, and you can choose if you want to run it slow or run it fast. And also when you're retracting the steel cable, you can go slow or you can go fast. So this is a real selling feature for this model, I think. FairRC takes it further. This black edition comes with Batrassi Steely beadlocks, and it's wrapped in the Mud Pro X series, also from Batrassi, and it's really soft and sticky, so I think this tire suits this vehicle good. There's also a red edition with Outrider ZR tires, and that tire is a 1.2 inch tire, So you have a HobbyPlus 1.2 steely wheel with the Batrasi Outriders on top of it. And both come painted from FairRC as mods. And here's a bonus. I've got a $10 discount code for both the black and the red ARKTOS 6x6. Links and code are in the description below. So when you're either going for the black one or the red one, you have the choice when you're entering the checkout area that you can enter a discount code. So then when you're using the Ascendar C1, you get $10 off for the purchase. And I'm really happy that I can provide you with the discount code. But before this rig heads out for its first mission, I'm upgrading it. I will be installing HobbyPlus high clearance links. I will install metal drive shafts, so when we are towing heavy stuff, the drive shafts is really beefed up. And I also will be using Plastidip, because since we have a modded version here, I will be modding it as well. So this is a smoke Plastidip, so I will be smoking the headlights, I will be smoking the tires, and also the stickers here, so we have a fully blacked out vehicle for the first recovery mission that you will be seeing later, so stay tuned, because who wants to drive a stock vehicle, right? So I will be installing this and then I will come back for the upgraded version, so stay tuned and don't miss out. Now I will be showcasing what's special about the ARKTOS. Since we have a working winch at the back, I will show you how fun it can be to make rescues and make recoveries with the ARKTOS. And also a bit of crawling at the start here. Since we have a 6-wheel drive, it can climb really good, I would say. So this is a really all-round vehicle. You can see the shadow is coming for the rescue. And you can see the articulation of the tires and axles here. I haven't connected the sway bars because I wanted to do some trail driving and some rock climbing as well. And as you will see later on here, I think it handled the rescues well, even though the sway bars isn't connected. And now we are sliding out the retractable ramps. Now you see the winch in action here. It's about 1 meter steel cable on the reel, so the reach is quite good. Now I start to retract the cable. And I have simulated that we have a flat tire here in the front left. Now you can see that I'm retracting very slowly at times, since it's a momentary switch that you can regulate from slow to fast. And now you will be able to see how the climbing capabilities is with a car on the bed. And this is a FMS FCX24M on the bed now. So it's not that heavy, but it fits the bed quite good, since the ARKTOS is 1/18 scale and the FCX24 is 24 scale. Here you can see that we have to position the ARKTOS on top of the rock instead of the side, since the car makes it quite top heavy. And now we have completed the rescue, and now we are just doing some trail driving and some climbing of rocks. And here you can see one case where we aren't able to climb, so I'm backing up and taking another route. I like to see the articulation of the rear axles when we are driving over the stones and obstacles. And since it's 6-wheel drive, the capabilities is really good, I would say. And you have a car that is a lot more suitable for this kind of driving than, for example, SX24, because of the size difference and the 6x6. I only have been stuck one time, and that was the beginning of this clip. I didn't get stuck any other time when I was out driving the ARKTOS. And the characteristics is very different than a usual 4x4 like the LC80 or something in the 18 scale. Here you can really push and experience other routes than with a 118 4x4. And here you also can see that the maneuverability is really good, and it really gets the wheels down and powering through and going up the inclines. And here you can see that we also can go over some ledges here. Since we have a long wheelbase, you can traverse obstacles that you otherwise wouldn't be able to climb with a normal 4x4. And here you can also see that it can climb really aggressive lines. Since you have the last axle that is elongating the chassis and making the vehicle really good at climbing. So to sum it up, I really enjoy this vehicle, and I would really recommend it for everybody. And the brass wheels that we have here is really making the car more planted and making the car a lot more fun to drive. So I would recommend the FairRC's mods that they have out right now, and as I said earlier in the video, I know that they will release more mods that is more modded, so to say. And with that I will come back to the bench and we will do the final thoughts and outro of this video. So see you in a second. Alright, so what do we think about the 6x6? I would say that if you compare it to a normal 4x4, it's, I don't know if I would say more forgiving, but you can go over obstacles that you cannot do with the 1/18 or 1/24, I would say, because you have a longer wheelbase and one axle more, so you can traverse obstacles that you wouldn't be able to do with a normal 4x4. On the other hand, you can climb more technical lines perhaps, or more tight lines with a normal 4x4. So this is my first 6x6 and the experience is quite different. I haven't been stuck really. I have been able to drive and climb everything that I have run outside, and it's a fun platform that you can also customize, because the bed is just screwed into the rails, and if you have a 3D printer or if you buy some other accessory on the back here, you can really transform this rig. Since you have the winch here, but perhaps it's yeah, if you really wanted to, you could mount the winch at the front, or that, as I said, you can switch the bed to some other type of bed. So this platform is really fun and customizable, I would say. More customizable than a regular 4x4. Since when you have a body like this, you are more or less stuck to the body that you have, but when you have a rig like this, you could remove the bed and just run it without. Then you have a lot more capable rig as well, since you're losing a lot of weight up high. And then if you take the bed away, you have a lot more clearances, and the rig is getting a lot more narrow and able to climb tighter lines. And I really like how FairRC has done this, because even in a rig like this, if you take the SX24 stock to what this is now, the wheels and tires really is the thing that making the biggest difference with the least amount of money or time put into it, so to say. So this is a first step, a good first step from them, because you have brass inserts in the tires, so you have a lot of weight down low, so that makes this rig a lot more stable. And then the black and the red, I think, suits this really well. And I have painted my black, so I really think this look mean and really suitable, since we have black side lights and black front lights. So I call this the shadow. So I really like this, and like I said, it's really customizable, and you can do a lot with this platform. So I could really put my name into this, so to say. And if you want a rig like this, take the opportunity to get the $10 off and buy one from FairRC. It's a really fun rig. I can't say that enough. So I will be running this a lot, and I will be modding it more and more, I think. The sway bars, I have connected them now, and we put the FCX18 here. Yeah, you see that the car is really stable now. It's the tires that conform now, but if we disconnect the sway bars, you see that we have a lot more articulation. So if we would tow this now, the car really is top heavy. But right away when we are connecting the sway bars, the car is really firmed up. So the sway bars is really good when you're doing some towing and recoveries. Yeah, enough rambling. If you want one, use the links below. Buy a black one or a red one, and use the code ASCENDRC for $10 off at checkout. And I hope I see you in the next video. So see you and have a nice day. Bye.